Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Shillong. Join us as we follow the stories of some remarkably hardy young men and their journeys leading up to a motoring extravaganza like you've never seen or heard before.
To the Shillong Endurance Motorsports Challenge.
Shillong has a thriving motoring culture, as is evidenced by this entire Keating street. Now this is a place dedicated for custom jobs, mod jobs and several other garages. Almost every vehicle that we've seen here has got a touch of personalization or customization. And we're not just talking about the ultra luxury, top of the line premium cars. We're talking of the run of the mill taxis as well. We've seen some crazy extended rims, xenon headlamps, neon highlights and a whole lot more.
Yeah, pushing the best of cars. Always raising up the bar. From the ghetto to a star. Always ready to go.
Now there's going to be a ton of motoring action happening over the 3 days of the event, and most of it is going to be happening right here at the Motocross Track. And what is brilliant is that they've used the bits and parts of this entire hill to create a very challenging circuit. We've got a tabletop, a double hoop jump, elevation changes. There's also going to be a water crossing across the canal over there. So in principle, this is going to be a very challenging track. Now most of the competitors have ridden or driven down to the venue here in Umtingar, but some of the outstation competitors are going to be assembling their bikes right here at the venue. And it's brilliant how these guys are exchanging tools, borrowing equipment, supplies and whatnot.
40-year-old Eugene Young, he's a self-made technologist, entrepreneur, motorsports professional and a man of many talents. When he's not building giant Ferris wheels or life-size toy trains, Eugene is busy building bikes for competitions. And like every year, he's going to be participating at the SEMC once again.
Racing has taught me a lot, in fact. That time, there were very less knowledge and parts that we can just buy over the shelf and fit in a bike. So everything we have to experiment. So in the case at that time, we take 2-3 sets off of the rest sprocket of a bike, where we go out, and test which one's the fastest. So all those mechanical related knowledge, to build up certain things like, gear ratio of a giant wheel or the train, or repairing anything has been quite handy for me, learning from the bikes. So that is how it's from learning from racing to the profession that I'm doing now.
Now, of course, this is a competition. Of course, there are going to be winners and losers. But I suggest you keep an open mind and might I add, heart as well. Because in addition to hosting competitors on 2 and 4 wheels, these guys have opened up their hearts and doors to HIV positive patients who are going to be volunteering here. The organizing committee has tied up with the Meghalaya AIDS Control Society to set up an IEC camp. There's an eye care clinic, there's a road safety awareness program, and there's a number of social causes that these guys are trying to address.
Evil is not really done only by people who do it, but also evil is done by people who just watch it happen. So I thought that yes, I should take a stand. I started drinking when I was in class 4. So somebody just offered me a pill and I just took it, and that was in class 5. And I started injecting in class 7 and it went on till I was 25. 2 years after me being cleaned, I was not really very healthy, although people who give up drugs in a matter of 6 months to 8 months, they would be okay. Then I went and get myself tested, and I could remember that was the longest day of my life. I saw the report and it says I'm HIV positive. I did contemplate suicide, and but somehow I met good people, especially my counselor, and somehow he persuaded me out of killing myself. And then I went home and I showed my mom the report. That day it was very surprising, because the thing that mom said is what kept me going till today. She just looked at me and said, from the way you have lived your life, we know that things like this are going to happen. But remember, we're Christians, and when we go up, it's not that the body we have to take up. So I think it's time for you now to go and save your soul. And from that point of time, I keep on fighting for people. When anywhere stigma and discrimination happen, I would go knocking on every door. So I don't want people who are like me to go through the same process. This is like an awareness program and come motorsport event, which is like really a dream event for me. You know, if HIV can coexist very peacefully with the tuberculosis bacteria, why couldn't we? Instead of isolating these people, we as drug addicts or people at HIV, why don't we walk together with them?
On your feet. Get on your feet and make a stand. Take on the fight and tell the world that you're invincible. Get on your feet.
Now, just like the others, even the 4x4s are going to be subdivided into two categories, stock and modified. And to put them through their paces, there's an equally challenging course out here. It literally cuts through a canal and a partially dried up riverbed. Further ahead, there's going to be an articulation patch, a 6-foot trench, and a whole lot of river crossings. Over the span of the past 3 days, we've seen some crazy souped up gypsies, a prehistoric left-hand drive Willys, an M-Hawk engine swap on a Mahindra Commander, and a whole lot more. None of that electronic power steering and active suspension mumbo jumbo. Just good, clean, unadulterated leaf spring and torsion bar fun.
Is why we at PowerDrift are honored to have partnered up with an event like this, the Shillong Endurance Motorsports Challenge 2018, which is why I'm here to witness, experience and soak in the true grit of a uniquely passionate motoring community. Now, before we end our coverage of this grand event, let's get talking to one of probably the busiest men from the organizing community, Vicky. SEMC has been about making an impact to the motorsports community out here. It has also been equally big about making an impact to the social causes. You have tied up with Meghalaya AIDS Control Society here. Tell us a bit more about these endeavors.
So the first time it was one of our dear friends who had untimely demise and who was also much into off-roading and all that. So we did it in his honor. And then the next time there were some schools that we distributed computers to. Wow. And then this time we want to do it with the AIDS Control Society.
Right.
So these kind of social messages that we really think can go out, especially through the medium of motorsports. So that's where we focus.
One message that you would want all these viewers who are watching this effort, this endeavor.
Challenge yourself. Motorsports is something which needs a lot of discipline.
Right.
So please stand up to that.
Thank you so much, Vicky, for your time. Yeah, I will catch up with you again. It's going to come to an end, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the last day. And what a brilliant experience it has been for Mulgun, for myself and for the entire PowerDrift crew which has been out here. It has been an honor working with Shillong Endurance Motorsports Challenge. Vicky, thank you once again.
We have the founder of PowerDrift, Mr. Rohan. I would like to ask him to share some of his views.
Thank you, Vicky. All the enthusiast folks out here in the front, thank you very much. And those at the back who raised your hand saying that you know PowerDrift, you're seeing PowerDrift, what's up, the big
Keep hosting more events like this.
Yes, we certainly will be hosting more events like these, but the credit for that really goes to the hard-working organizer team out here.
Driving, flying, and riding our way to and from Umtingar and Shillong was an experience in itself. And along this trip, we've met some extraordinary people, hiked through rhododendron forests, witnessed some breathtaking views, recorded a radio show with the Mr. India Pradeep Kumar, and experienced a whole lot more. And while we've been here in the Northeast, we've picked up a few lessons ourselves, and not just about self-innovation. For example, their religious adherence to traffic etiquettes and their prolonged commitment to a clean city is something that we can all learn from and apply it everywhere we go. With these lessons, an open mind and a can-do attitude, we've got just about India all to ourselves.